Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Hoodie Jube back with another live podcast. And if y'all don't know, y'all will know. There's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube, y'all. Who that to my Who That Nation, y'all? How is everybody doing tonight? Me, I'm doing just fine, y'all. But I always got to start off the show by thanking Mr. Dynamite for that sick intro, man. We love it. And I tell everybody, there's no better way to start off the show, Mr. Dynamite, with that sick intro, man. So hit it again for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.
Alrighty, y'all. Let's get the show on the road, y'all. So we're going to be on here for a good little minute, y'all. I feel like we should be on here for about a good 2 hours, talk about some Saints football. Also, I got the link in the description for anybody. So in the chat, y'all, please go in the chat, click that link, come talk to your boy, man. Come talk to me. I know my boy Last Saint was live just a few minutes ago. I think he's still live. So if y'all want to, go check his channel out too. Hit the like button for him. Go subscribe. Show him some love too while we in here. But we got a lot of talks about. A lot of people got activated off of we got like one or two people I think got activated this week off of IR, which is good for us. That's gonna help us out. Kamara will be back and playing this weekend for a full healthy start. I think they said Armstead's back and fully healthy again. He will start. So we're getting a few good, key pieces back for this game. And it's looking like it's going in our favor because the way it's looking, the Jets lost like two of their best receivers, and some of their running backs are all out too. So there should be no excuses why this defense didn't play good this weekend against the Jets. That's all I got to say. But let's start shouting everybody out. That's in the chat already. So who that to you, Miss B. Kime? We're glad to see you in here. Who that to Mr. Jerry, man? The old freaking G. Who that to you? Picking and Flicking. Who that to you? Gabriel Thomas. Who that to you? Glad to see you in here. We got Mr. Elite, man. Who that to you, Elite? Glad to see you in here. What else we got up in here? Let me scroll. We got Rose City, y'all. Who that to you, Rose City? Glad to see you in here. We also got the B and G breakdown. Mr. Aaron in here. Who that to you? He said, I'm awake. What's good? Hey, not much, man. Glad you're awake. I was off today because I'm leaving tomorrow morning, basically at 2 in the morning. We're going to be leaving, and we're going to Tennessee for about 5 days with some friends and stuff. So we're going to, get away from work a little bit. And I will bring my laptop with me and go live, after the game and stuff like that for like, I think 1 or 2 nights. And then the rest of the nights I'm going to enjoy, my night in Tennessee with people. But that's basically it. We're about to have a little round table. So, Aaron, I got the link in there. You're more than welcome to hop on in and come talk some football because I'm waiting for everybody to hop on in here because I know it's a little earlier than what we normally do. So not everybody's here yet. So it's basically just me right now. And Mr. Jerry, you're always welcome on here, so hit that link in there too, Mr. Jerry, and we're going to start a roundtable up soon. So like I said, anybody that wants to come on here, you're more than welcome. And we're going to talk this thing up about this Jets versus Saints, y'all. But I already got one person on right here, and I know Mr. Jerry loves this person that I'm about to bring on here, y'all. And I know all of y'all love this man too. You know what? I said man. He ain't no man. He's a little boy, y'all. He's a little boy. And everybody knows him by Purple Marcus. But, Jerry, before I introduce him and bring him on, Jerry, Purple Marcus, what was his nickname again? Can you put that in the chat for me if I can call him out by his real name, Not Purple Marcus, because this ain't his real name anymore. We got a new nickname for him. So, Jerry, please put his name in the chat for me. The nickname you gave him for me, please. before I can introduce this man and bring him on the show. You put Young Slash. Is it Young Purple Marcus or Young something? Come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry. What was his name? Or, you know what? Jerry, just click the link, my man. And you come on and introduce him like I introduced you. Oh, his name's Young Saints Mine. Okay. All right. Jerry, do you want to introduce him for me? You want to come on? I'll hurry up and introduce you, and you can introduce my Young Saints Mine over here. Or you got to do something real quick and you can't hop in for a little bit. Let me know, Jerry. Just let me know. So just let me know. I guess I'll do it, Jerry. I guess I'll do the introduction, So here we go, y'all. The first person that's gonna be on the round table. What's your boy? Hoodie Jube. Soon as I'm doing the introduction, here comes Jerry. Yeah, hold on, y'all. Here comes Jerry. So let me bring Mr. Jerry on real quick and let me just play the video because it's so easier for everybody to know who he is. Yeah, y'all know who it is. It's the freaking OG. The one who will bring the subscribers to you. Mr. Jerry. Who that to you, Jerry?
Wow! On a Saturday night, what's good, family?
What's good, Jerry?
What's up? You're now rocking with the best. Hoodie Jube in full effect.
Yes, sir. So I need you to do something for me, Jerry. I need you to introduce and give my boy Purple Marcus, aka the Young Saints Mind, his introduction that he deserves. And I feel like Jerry, you'll be the perfect one to introduce him because you gave him that name.
I'll give it my all, Hoodie Jube. All
gotcha.
Right, Who That Nation? How's everybody doing tonight? We got this young brother that knows his New Orleans Saints just like we do. So without further, I can't hold it any further. But it is my honor and my privilege. I'm stumbling. I'm taking my time. So without further ado, welcome to the Hoodie Jube podcast by way of the round table, the one and only Purple Marcus.
There he is, Jerry.
Hey, everybody.
There's Purple Marcus, y'all.
I just want to stream with the last Saint and Saints 01. So we were talking about some Saint stuff.
Gotcha. Hey, guess who's on here now? So let's introduce the guy. He also has a YouTube channel. Everybody knows him by maybe Tyrese, or they might know him as the Last Saint. So go subscribe to my boy and show him some love. Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot the Taysom Hill lover. And also the Taysom Hill lover. Here he is, Tyrese. Welcome, Tyrese.
Take a pat. Yo, what's up?
Taysom Hill lover.
Hey, like I've been saying for quite some time, welcome. We're now rocking with the Hoodie Jube podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints football. By way
yes,
of
sir.
the round table. Thank y'all for coming on here.
There ain't no shortage of it.
There you go.
Oh shit. Hey, Jerry, Tyrese, Purple Marcus, and everybody in the goddamn chat. Y'all, we got a special guest that just hopped on in here. So let's introduce him. Everybody knows him because, trust me, he's been doing YouTube a lot longer than your boy Hoodie Jube. He has his own channel too. And everybody might know him by A.A. Ron, a.k.a. Mr. Aaron, or a.k.a. the B&G Breakdown, or a.k.a. You know what? I can't say a.k.a. Taysom Hill lover because he's not a Taysom Hill lover like, my boy Tyrese over here. I don't know what he loves. You know what he loves? He loves to die black and gold. He likes to bleed black and gold until he's dead and cold. That's what I'm gonna just have to say. That's all I can say because I don't know who he really loves, right now.
I
So
think I
let's
know
give
who
him the
it is,
introduction.
bro.
Who's the person he loves?
Alvin Kamara.
I hope it's Winston. I hope it's Winston because that's my dog. That's all I love. I love Winston. But let's introduce him, y'all. Let's bring him on. Mr. A.A. Ron, a.k.a. Mr. Aaron, the guy from the B&G Breakdown. Welcome to the Hoodie Jube Live Podcast.
The B&G Breakdown.
My dudes, what's up?
My boy
Yes.
Hellish Snap.
Oh,
So who's the one you love? See, he's a Taysom Hill lover, Tyrese. I'm a Winston lover. Who you love? My boy Davis. I need to know, who do you love?
I have equal love for everybody. If you're in a black and gold uniform, I may dog on you for being trash on any given day, but if you part of the black and gold, it's unconditional equal love for everybody.
I feel you. So you love my boy Kevin White. You love Kevin White, then I appreciate you. See, at least I'm not the only one that don't love Kevin White.
It's equal. I don't care how bad you play. I don't care if you as bad as Kevin White. I don't care if you an unknown name like East Winston. You black and gold, you family. That's just it is what it is.
That's right.
Okay.
That's correct.
See what I'm saying? At least somebody understands you gotta love them if they wearing the black and gold. That's why I try to tell people. I'm like, why are y'all so harsh on our people? Do y'all realize these people not even supposed to be starters? They just end the game because they got to.
Hey, listen. Just cause, and like I just said, just because they part of the team, don't mean we won't dog walk your ass if you playing trash. We'll let you know about it. But it's all in the name of love. It's all in the name of love.
Yep.
Unless your name is Kenny Stills.
Oh, but damn. Whatever. Well, I mean, he is wearing black and gold this weekend.
What about Kerosene? I don't know about Kerosene.
I got nothing.
Hey, so we're about to start this round table up, y'all, and start with some questions for everybody and get everybody's thoughts about this Sunday game against the Jets, y'all. So, Mr. Jerry, you right here first, and then we're gonna go to Purple Marcus, and then my boy Aaron, and then Tyrese. We all gonna take turns. But Mr. Jerry, what is your thoughts on this upcoming game against the Jets? Give me a few people from offense and defense you think you really need to see to step up this weekend to help us, give us that boost over the win. Like, it can be a guy coming back like Armstead or Kamara, or it can be somebody like, Eastside Winston getting his first side on the field, Maybe he'll do something. But, give me some people on offense and defense and let me know.
Well, start off on offense. You just brought that name up just then. I'm going to say Alvin Kamara because he's coming back. I think he's gonna have a field day on Sunday against the Jets. He's been gone for a while, but I believe he's ready to run up some huge numbers on the Jets. That's one of the offensive guys I'm looking at. And number two, another person that I really wanted to see step up. Besides the quarterback, I want to see one of these wide receivers finally have a breakout game. Of course, I'm talking about Marquez Callaway. I want to see these two guys have a big game on Sunday. With the return of Kamara coming back, and Callaway definitely need to step his game up at wide receiver. He really need to step up and be and do his best as wide receiver, man, because recently being on this 5-game losing streak, I think we can finally break this cycle and beat the Jets on Sunday and finally get a Saints win. Because like I said in the past, I just want to see this team win a game. I'm not talking about playoffs now. I know everybody talking about the playoff push. I get it. But I just want this team to win a game. Look, it don't matter if we need help for these other teams to win. I just want to see this team win a game tomorrow. Now that's my offensive side. On the defensive side, that need to step up. Of course, we already know Demario Davis, one of them. Demario Davis can step. I know he's been phenomenal at defense. I know, but I want him to have a big game on tomorrow as well. And not only that, matter of fact, let me cut it short. I just want to see this whole defense do its thing on Sunday, as well as the offense. I'm gonna clear it up just to cover everything, because I have no problem with the defense stepping their game up. You know, guys like Davis and Amenyata, and you know what I'm saying. But Cam need to wake up. Cam need to wake wide awake.
Because he playing like a bum.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not playing.
I know he's been playing, but he really need to be that defensive end that we all know that can come up out of nowhere and just sack a quarterback.
He's not playing this weekend though, Jerry.
That's what I want to see. Oh yeah, I'll shoot. Oh shit. What?
Yeah, he's on COVID list. Remember?
I'm sorry.
Iron Man streak comes to an end. I just want to point out that's a really shitty way to end an Iron Man streak. It really is.
I am so sorry, guys. I forgot. It slipped my mind. I apologize. I forgot Cam Jordan got COVID. He won't be back to the next game. I am so sorry. Well, somebody else can step up to the plate for him. Somebody else can step up to the plate for him. I'm glad y'all said that. I apologize for that.
Hey, this would be a question for Aaron though.
I'm thinking he playing tomorrow.
Hey, but this is my question though for Aaron though, since he's on here. What is your thoughts? Since we don't have Cameron Jordan, they say Marcus Davenport should be in the game, and Peyton Turner's on IR. So basically, you're down to Davenport and Granderson most likely for your defensive end. Do you try to put Zach Bond back in his position that he did in college with the edge rusher? Do you want to give him a shot? Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi just had a hiccup, but it's a really shitty way for an Iron Man streak to end. I just want to put that out there. We can dog Cam Jordan for having 2 back-to-back down years. Okay, that's warranted, but the guy is literally the most consistent defensive player since 2011. 171 consecutive games played and not miss a single snap. That's impressive in and of itself. That's better than any other defensive end. And to have it end because of COVID, he's not even showing any symptoms. It's a really shitty way to go. To end that streak. I hate that for him. Nobody can question this man's ability to be available and be consistent. Now, if we're going to be talking about what the Saints need to do, I just want to say, and last thing, I'm looking at you when I say this. If Taysom Hill, what's going to happen if Taysom Hill has at least another 2 INT game. I have a TikTok waiting in the drafts. I'm going to have a TikTok waiting in the drafts, ready to be posted. And Taysom Hill goes out there and stinks it up. I'm waiting. Oh yeah.
You know I was
Dedicate
that TikTok to you, sir. And every Taysom Hill stand, we dedicating that to y'all if he stinks it up. But I will keep in mind he does have a split on his middle finger. I will give him credit for trying to grit it out because this is an opportunity and he's not going to waste it. All right, so that's better than what we can say about Russell Wilson. Okay, I'll give him credit where it's due there.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, this is going to be a ground game. This is going to be a ground game, guys, because I want you to take a look. I want you to take a couple of the names to say something elevated from the practice squad. The name that stands out the most, the guy who was elevated from the practice squad, is tight end Ethan Wolf. What does that tell you? Well, I'll tell you what that tells me. That tells me that Juwan Johnson is going to be a healthy scratch tomorrow for tomorrow's game. They're going to stick to the ground game. Because we all know Juwan Johnson is just a flex wide receiver playing the tight end position. He's more of a receiving threat, not so much. He's not going to give you anything in a run blocking game. Ethan Wolf gives you that, as well as Adam Prentice. Kevin White, he doesn't give much in terms of the passing threat, but he is a good special teams gunner. He can give you some perimeter blocking on the outside, which is where we know he likes to do his damage. So I expect this ground game to be paramount, but we have to question who's going to be that number 2 guy outside of Alvin Kamara, because Mark Ingram and Ty Montgomery are both on the COVID list. This is round 2 of COVID-19 cases, only this time it's not as severe, fortunately for the Saints. Now, let's look at the other side of the ball. Let's look at Elijah Moore, who was put on IR. Let's look at their best pass rusher in Carl Lawson. He's done for the season. The Saints on offense need to be able to take advantage of the fact that Carl Lawson and John Franklin Myers are both potentially not going to be there. Franklin Myers is going into this game very questionable. So we have to really consider what type of productivity is he going to give the Jets defense. Now, there is some familiarity with Sheldon Rankins, but we don't know how effective he's going to be. We know Justin Hardy is going to be there commanding their special teams unit, but how effective is he really going to be? These are names that we have to keep account for. And even C.J. Mosley, there's their team their defensive captain, C.J. Mosley, linebacker, very underrated guy. I kind of equated him to a light version of Demario Davis with how he's able to fly around the field and make plays for the Jets defense. He is going to this game questionable as well. A lot of Jets starters are going to this game questionable, if not already out. Saints have to take advantage of this. Now, will they? I don't know. I have the Saints winning by 3. I have the Saints winning by 3 at a score of 16-13. Because I have little to no confidence in the offense. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Even with AK back in the lineup, there are still other holes in this offense that needs to be taken into consideration. And if they, meaning the Jets, make the Saints team one-dimensional, meaning the Jets know they're going to run it down their throats and they're going to do everything they can to sell out and stop the run, can you rely on Taysom Hill to throw you to victory? My answer right now is no. And even without the splint, he's not the most accurate passer. Yeah, he can give you another dimension with his legs, but that's just another extension of the ground game that the Jets are most likely going to be preparing for. If they get into a shootout, I don't think Taysom Hill is going to be able to deliver. It's going to be on a run game and the Saints defense to play within the game plan going into the season to begin with.
Yeah, big fan. You know, man, I agree with you for the most part. You know, besides
Talk to us, Taysom Hill.
doing things. Oh, whatever.
Man, leave that man alone, man. We got the next 24 hours the dog him to the Saints lose. We got the next 24 hours the dog him to the Saints lose. Leave that man alone.
That thing on Twitter, man, I got the tail night thing about to happen. I'm about to start a whole war out here. But look, check it out, man. Look, I don't think this is a game where you gotta over rely on Taysom Hill anyway. Because I mean, Alvin Kamara is back too. So I mean, shit, if the running game don't work, then you just throw Alvin Kamara out to the flat and let him do Texas routes or wheel routes. I mean, because he's pretty much unstoppable against the linebackers. And I mean, with Davenport back too, he'll be really reckless on the field. Because I mean, they can barely contain him as it is. You know, his problem is just getting injured over and over. Especially with Chauncey Gardner coming back. So there's finally some venom in the defensive secondary. But you know, I don't think this game is going to be close. Well, I don't think you can think anything after this 5-game losing streak. But I think this is possibly a bounce back game because you know a lot of teams are getting bounce back games on the Jets. You know, the Eagles literally ran the ball down the Jets' throat. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to be seen, especially with a malleable finger, whatever the term is for it. But I think this is a possible W. I love to see more shotgun runs with Taysom Hill because man, he was unstoppable against the Cowboys when he ran the ball. You know, 100 rushing yards. You know what I'm saying? You know, he threw those 4 picks, man, but, you know, 2 of those picks weren't his fault. In my opinion, it wasn't his fault. Factually, it wasn't his fault. You know, whatever you want, man. You gonna Gold Coast stuff. You know, you looking at me crazy, you might get rock bottom through the screen. Jerry, I don't know how you looking, but you know, some of them happen to me too. You know,
We know how to get you, bro.
yeah, you already know. Yeah, it's something like that. But I think this is a good game, man. You know, I think everybody's getting healthy at the right time. You know, hopefully we get to see Ryan Ramczyk back against the Buccaneers. You know, that's not how people are going to say a bad game for the Saints. We own them. You know, and I think the quarterback one makes a lot
Hey.
more viable.
Hey, this is where I got a question now. See, cause now we got my boy Aaron on the show, man. Aaron, this is my question for you, man. I need to know what side you on, or you're in between, okay? So me and my boy Tyrese had this conversation a few times. He don't agree with me at all, but I do have a lot of people on my side, and then they got a few people that's on his side, right? So you know how the Saints ain't a team that tanks, right? We don't, just lose on purpose because we're a fighting team. We fight to the end. And I told her about it. I said, I know we're a team that fight to the end. We're never gonna tank. But I said, me as a Saints YouTuber, as a Saints fan, I'm looking towards the future because you already know without Jameis Winston, we've been booty cheeks ever since we lost him. He's been like the glue to the team, held everything down. And I told him, I said, now you don't have no Michael Thomas, you ain't been having your O-line healthy. You didn't have Kamara for 4 games. He's finally coming back. I said, you're 5-7. I said, the most you can do is maybe, crawl your way back into the playoffs and get to the wild card, and you're probably not making out the wild card first round. So I told people, I said, why wouldn't we want to lose a few more games? Get into the top 10 pick. We already at pick 11 in the draft. We can move up if the Falcons and Panthers beat us at the end of the season. We'll move up ahead of them, being the top 10 already. Plus, you get an easier schedule when you don't make the playoffs. And I said, then you're going to have a healthy whole team next year. You have Michael Thomas, everybody back. You have pick to get you a good receiver or a good play to help us, boost up. And then we got an easier schedule to go right through, spank people next year, and we'll be in the playoffs again. And I told people, what's the benefit of going to the playoffs if you know the team ain't healthy enough to barely win right now? And how you think we're going to win the playoffs?
Well, I'll start off by saying this. Sean Payton is prideful. Sean Payton is egocentric. Sean Payton is a mad scientist. Sean Payton is an offensive mastermind. Sean Payton is too smart for his own good. We take the good with the bad. But in terms of what you guys are talking about, if the Saints actually manage to get into the playoffs, their regular season record don't matter. Let's look at where the Saints are right now, because at this moment it is sink or swim for the Saints. Right now they're at 5-7, but they can go on a potential run here. This last push to get into the playoffs with I would say a 9-8 record, because I believe we're going 1-1 with the Bucs. All right, let's just call a spade a spade. The Bucs are going 1-1 with the Saints. That puts the Saints at a 9-8 record. And let's look at the competition. You got the San Francisco 49ers, and you've got the Minnesota Vikings. Those are probably your two biggest competitors right now. If you win out from this moment forward, you're likely to win the 7th seed, because I don't think the Vikings are going to win enough games to hang on to a 7th seed spot. Now, the 49ers are getting healthy, but the Vikings, not so much. So let's say, for the sake of argument, the Saints do manage to get into the playoffs as the number 7 seed. Who is the 4th seed right now?
4th seed, let's see. So you got number 1. You got number 1 Cardinals. I think they said number 2 is the Green Bay. Number 3 is Bucks. I think the number 4 will be right after the Bucks. So Cowboys.
So if the Saints were number 2, they would have to go on the road to beat the Green Bay Packers, the number 2 seed. We already seen what happened the last time the Saints went head to head against the Green Bay Packers. Now, granted, that was a fully healthy team, so the circumstances are very, very different. I know that. Yeah. But the formula to beat the Packers is out there. and the personnel for the Saints, it matches up well with the Green Bay Packers offense. We know Marshawn Lattimore rises to the challenge against top-tier talent. Devontae Adams is a top 5 receiver this year. I believe number 1 this year is Cooper Kupp. But Devontae Adams is definitely top 5. You know how excited Marshawn Lattimore gets going up against a top 5 receiver. Paulson Adebo is going to get his first taste of postseason playoff games. I don't think he's ever had that in his collegiate career. So you know he's going to be excited. You've got the experience of Demario Davis, the experience and the winning pedigree of Malcolm Jenkins in your secondary. You've got Cameron Jordan, who's going to be coming back, and assuming Marcus Davenport stays healthy, you're probably going to have your defense coming into the postseason almost, if not completely, fully healthy. Now let's look at the offense. Let's say for knocking on wood, no injuries further happen. You would have Alvin Kamara, Ryan Ramczyk would come back, Teron Armstead would come back. You would have to shift around your interior a little bit, but James Hurst can play all over the field. And you got Eric McCoy and Cesar Ruiz. Pray to God that he plays well. But your offense can factor a type of run that is not sexy, but it's sustainable, and you can win you games. Now the question remains: how far can the Saints go in the postseason? I would say they can get up to it. They can get up to the divisional, and that's a win. Even if you don't get to the Super Bowl, it's still a win for the Saints this offseason because of what they all had to go through just to get there. They had to go through a hurricane. They had to be displaced from their home for about a month. They had to have their home game in another state. They had to go all over the place, travel to and from. They had to deal with a surmountable amount of injuries. And the Saints right now are still in a position not only to win, but to make that, that's a victory, guys. Let's call a spade a spade. That's a win in terms of morale and having something to carry over into the next season. The offense, we know Sean Payton in history. We look back at history. Sean Payton has always been a guy that fixes the offense. Always the next season. He believes in having a strong offense. He recognizes there's an issue. So I have no doubt that the Saints are going to fix and address the offense next offseason. I believe they're going to make a move for a free agent wide receiver because there's going to be plenty for them to choose from after they get underneath the salary cap. And they're going to draft another receiver. It might be second round, but they're going to draft a high talent receiver to pair with Michael Thomas. And then bang, bang, boom. This offense doesn't need a lot of fixing. It just needs some retooling with better personnel. So I don't think it's to the benefit of the Saints to tank. I believe the Saints would be destroying the entire culture they've built up since the start of 2017, or rather the end of 2016, I would say. You don't want to destroy your culture just to move ahead a couple of draft spots. There are going to be plenty of high-end talents to choose from in terms of wide receivers. It's probably going to span, I would say, to the third round. You can get a good receiver as far as late as the third round. So I would say the Saints just keep fighting. They're getting healthier. They're going to get guys back. I think Taylor Passio is supposed to be coming back next week, assuming he's healthy, and that's very beneficial for the Saints. I say keep fighting and forget this notion of trying to tank. That's not the Saints' identity, and that's not something they should even entertain.
Hey, but to say though, to say this though, to see what you were saying was you don't want to ruin the culture part, of us winning. Since 2016, I think you said. So I wouldn't. But me as a Saints fan and stuff, and I think other Saints fans will see it too. They won't see it as a damage to that, just because we can look at it as look how many people went down. We didn't have 15 starters for almost every damn game. If we did lose, we lost because of injuries. We couldn't find a kicker because our kicker got hurt, so we didn't have him all season. We were losing games because of missed field goals, extra points, etc. So that wasn't even when I look at it like this, if we had a losing season, I'll be looking at it, I'll be like, well, they didn't really have a bad losing season. At least they had almost a even record with the team that we did have with the injuries. So that's why I was saying I just look at it as instead of making it to the playoffs, and if you do make it to the division round, like you said, you accomplish something good, but then you back in the top 20, in the draft again, and then every year you hear it for the past 3 years now. Sean Payton was going to trade up and get somebody really good that we really need to help out the defense or the offensive side, and then we can't never trade up because nobody wants to trade with us, and then we stuck with that pick at like top 20, and then they go with whatever they think is the best on the board at the time, and it's always a defensive tackle or a lineman or something like that. But I felt like if they had that top 10 pick, they probably would have got him a good receiver or a good corner. Because remember, they were trying to get J.C. Horn this year, but they couldn't. Because they couldn't get nobody to trade with him. So I just feel like we're better off if we get a top pick for next year and we start preparing. Because I'm telling y'all, I don't know what everybody's thoughts on the Russell Wilson, the Aaron Rodgers, maybe coming here. And I don't know what your thoughts, Aaron's, but my thought is I just want Winston back, dude. He proved to me that hey, he can play for our team, especially under Sean Payton.
Look, all I'm going to say about that Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers nonsense is if you're actually buying into this notion that the Saints are going to land or are going to pursue Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers in the offseason, I'm going to need you to ship me like First Class Express, like the dope that you're smoking. Because I need to get me a whiff of that. Why? I don't know how these people convince themselves that we're going to get Russell Wilson next offseason or Aaron Rodgers next offseason. Because
Exactly.
But the ceiling for Jameis Winston is just as high as Russell Wilson at this point in Wilson's career. It's just as high as Aaron Rodgers at this point of his career. And he's only entering his prime. Not on top of the fact that Winston is coming off an ACL and MCL and plus an MCL sprain. So he's going to be very cheap and affordable. The Saints can once again afford to bring him back on a 1-year deal if they decide to go that route, which I believe they should and most possibly will. Jameis Winston with this offense went 5-2. He's shown you more than just being able to limit turnovers. He showed you that he can create opportunities with his legs. He's not like Taysom Hill. He's not the athletic type, but he's a mobile quarterback that can get you yards when needed in those gotta-have situations. Jameis Winston, for the majority of his career, has been a top 10 quarterback since 2015. And anybody that doesn't believe me, go look at the stats yourself. I have them on my Instagram page and I have them on my Twitter page. The information is out there in terms of Jameis Winston in the stats that he's provided for everybody to see. Don't look at just a touchdown and interception ratio. Don't look at just the amount of passing yards he's thrown for. Look at everything else that's in between that makes up that type of stuff. I'm talking about third down efficiency. I'm talking about red zone percentage. I'm talking about, completion percentages on first down, completion percentages on third down, the passer ratings, which he is number one in since 2016, mind you, with 131. 131.2 is that rates number one in terms of passer rating. Jameis Winston is ideal for the Saints, and especially considering what he's done with so little. And you want me to sit here and advocate for Russell Wilson, who has better weapons, and DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. You expect me to believe that Russell Wilson can do better than what he has already? You want me to believe that he can bring this team to a Super Bowl with Deontay Harris, Marquez Callaway, Traquan Smith. God forbid they don't bring him back for a 1-year deal. Another no-name, undrafted free agent receiver. You expect me to believe that Russell Wilson can do more with that type of support group than Jameis Winston has shown you? You got to be kidding yourselves. You're kidding me. You're kidding yourselves. Jameis Winston is ideal, and I would much prefer him than this pipe dream of Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, period.
And you get him longer. You get him for 15 years instead of 3 or 4 years. But, hey, Woo, I know Woo's in here. He said that Jameis Winston's not bringing us to the Super Bowl. He will bring us to the Super Bowl, and I believe in him. All you got to do is put the pieces around him and put the right offense around him, and we have that. And he proved to you going 5-2, y'all. And I even said it. He would have went 6-1. if it wasn't for the COVID shit and all the injuries, having 15 starters out against the Panthers. If we would have had everybody in place, we could have been. If we would have had Michael Thomas, yo, for all these other games, I felt like we would have went undefeated. He would have been 7-0 before he went and got the injury. To be honest with you, defense was playing great. Offense, and just think of the people he was playing with. He's playing with the same people that Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian was playing with, and he still managed to go 5-2.
That offensive line deteriorated.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go.
Remember, the O-line was hurt too. Remember, he didn't have McCoy. He didn't have the center. The most important piece of an offensive line. It's that. And he didn't have a tackle either.
The tackles are
for one game. So just think of that. Now you got McCoy back that can run the offense smoother. And I'm telling you, Jameis Winston's going to bring us to a Super Bowl if he does come back and re-sign, which I think he will, because he already admitted that he wanted to come back and play for us when he gets healthy.
Well, let's not
That means
get
that
too
he's not
ahead. Let's
gonna
not get too ahead of
accept.
ourselves.
He's not gonna accept. If he's gonna go on a cheap deal, he'll probably accept a cheap deal because the same situation.
He's not a quarterback that wants the big money. He's not a money chaser. He wants to win. You seen him literally. He could have got a big ass offer from who was it? Aaron, was it the Jets or the Broncos or something that offered him? But he but he came to us instead. Oh, it's Pittsburgh that offered him a nice big contract. But he came to us to sit behind Drew Brees and learn. That shows you that he really wants to be here and he won. He even said it in a lot of his interviews. I love the game of football and all I want to do is win. So guess what? He's gonna take the small contract. He's gonna want probably like a 10 to 15, maybe 20 million at the most, compared to 30 and 40. Winston. He's gonna want the smaller contracts and get the pieces around him. Trust me, he's not the one that's gonna say, "Give me $30 million and because I'm the best quarterback in the league." No, he just wants the pieces around him and he wants to win. He's like, he kind of makes the decisions. Like I think his contract decision is kind of like the Tom Brady. Tom Brady takes a small pay cut, put pieces around him. That's where I feel like Winston is.
And the thing is, when you think about it, $10 million is still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money. Yeah, you're not gonna get paid what everyone else is getting paid, but $10 million, I'll accept $10 million to play quarterback.
Hey, I think anybody would in here. Anybody in this podcast would take $10 million to play quarterback.
Yeah, it's still a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's not a lot of money for like the NFL playing QB, but you're still getting paid a lot of money to play quarterback. You're not gonna get paid that. It's still a lot of money, but not as much as with other people.
If $10 million ain't much.
It's a big winning situation.
All I know is that Jameis Winston is going to get, I would say, minimum $10 million on a 1-year deal because he's earned it. He's earned it. Not just looking at the record, but he's got everything that happened for following his season-ending injury. Like Jameis, from Jameis's point of view, he just earned himself a lot of leverage with the Saints. Like he impressed them for $10 million, and then if they really want a good quarterback, they have to accommodate that. And I couldn't blame the guy. I mean, for real. Let's just look at what happened. Let's look what happened. Like everything. Like I don't even have to sit here and regurgitate this information to you guys. I don't have to regurgitate it. All the info is out there. It's out there in black and white, and then some of it is very red painful, like bloody red painful. Jameis deserves at least $10 million on a 1-year deal, and that's money on a guy with such a high ceiling. And you can still
put a couple
pieces around him in free agency.
What can you do with $10 million? That's still a lot of money because people don't realize. Oh, you're gonna get paid a lot of money, $40 million. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with all that money? Save it. That's what save it. All you can do is save it. And then he said he was like. So he said he was gonna take $200,000 and a rental car to play quarterback. So another comment.
Like that's like mundane money for James for nearly anybody, especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah,
nice like chump change.
Hey, I also put the link in the chat, y'all. So anybody else that wants to hop on the round table and hey, Woo, just hop in the chat and hit the link and come tell us, why your thought is, why you don't see Jameis bringing it to the Super Bowl. I really would like to really know. Instead of reading your chat, I'd rather hear you. And just tell me, if anybody else thinks Jameis can't carry the team to a Super Bowl, come put it in here and tell me why not. Like I told everybody, the reason why Jameis looks so bad and y'all probably overlooking him still is because of the Tampa Bay offense and the coaching staff. That man went through 4 different coaches during his career there. And his last coach told him, just sling the ball downfield. Somebody should be freaking open. No wonder why he would have 30 damn picks. So
You know what
I
I
think
gotta
a lot
say?
of people overlooking him. What up, Popo?
So I have to ask a question. What would you guys
Yeah.
do it with 10 mil?
What would I do with 10 million? Build up my channel even more over here. Buy season tickets on the field and bring 20 subscribers to every single damn game. I would spend it on let me tell you what I do with my other 10 million. I would buy me a big warehouse building, have my own little talk show there and everything. I'll buy my boy Aaron, right here, Mr. Who Dat Davis. I'll buy him his own warehouse for he can make his own talk show on radio station too. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna grow.
All right,
Boom, just like that.
All right, the last say, what would you do with 10 mil?
See, there you go. What are you gonna do with your 10 million? Oh, you know what? I already know what he's gonna do. First, he's gonna buy him a Taysom Hill jersey.
That man gonna probably buy like 10 Taysom Hill jerseys. You know how to get on you, man. You know how to get on top of it, man. It's all fun, man. Look, laugh at that.
Before he answers, I just want to keep it a stat. What I would do with 10 million to keep it a stat? The club, boy. Yeah, your boy going clubbing. Your boy going clubbing. Your boy.
What would you do with 10 mil?
Man, you got a lot of options, bro.
The boy's going clubbing if I get 10 mil. I'm keeping it a stat.
The last say, what would you do with 10 mil?
Yo, if I had 10 million, man, I'm probably buying me a 2023 Lexus. Never before seen a sports car. You know what I'm saying? If I had $10 million, man, I'm buying me a whole bunch of real estate. I'll hook the whole squad up with a better studio. You know what I'm saying? Make it work, man. Because I won't lie to you, man. Being a Saints YouTuber is kind of weird. It's like there's not a lot of stuff. Davis, what you laughing about, bro?
Look, I'm looking at Rose City's comment here saying you
What he
buy a
said?
life size.
What am I saying?
Rose City. I feel you. Rose City, I feel you. He would buy a life-size Taysom Hill fathead, but guess what? You can't. Hey, I already got. Hey, and listen to this. I already bought a life-size Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, and Kamara fathead, and it's at my old house that I used to live in, and now I live in an apartment. So once I move into my house, I'm about to buy more of those, and they do have Taysom Hill, Winston and Cameron Jordan. I'm gonna buy all of them, and I'm decorating my damn room, Saints. I'm telling y'all. So I mean. It might be funny about a life-size Taysom Hill, but I get the joke where he's going with that joke though for boy Tyreek.
So the last say, what else will you buy? Or is that it?
Real estate, man.
I'll get back. I'll get back to my community, y'all. I'll get back to everybody that's in the chat. Like, here's a few thousand for you. Here's a few thousand for you.
Right. But I was saying is that about the being a podcaster or a content creator for the Saints, man. It's like really. I don't know if it's like the market or like the interest or not, but I think it's like a steady build up, because it's kind of weird.
All right, so Jerry, what would you do with $10 million?
What would I do with $10 million?
Yeah, Jerry.
$1 million question right here. Let's go.
Hey, Rosie, get in here, man. Listen, I'm ready to go to war with anybody. Get in here. Get your ass in here.
But if I did. If I had 10 mil, I would do anything to, help do any. I would do anything with $10 million. I mean, first thank the good Lord above. Then I would put the biggest portion of it in the bank. Then I would give the biggest portion of it to my family, and do some, stuff. Do something for the community.
See, like, okay, Jerry's talking.
Like I can even help Purple Marcus, have his little podcast or whatever his future is. I can help him with that.
Get man his own man cave. Let's go. Let's invest. Get Marcus. My man Marcus' own man cave over here, man.
I don't even care. It don't matter. It don't matter to me. I mean, I would help. I would help y'all. If I had 10 million, I would help anybody that's here on this round table and anybody that's in the chat. I mean, I have no hesitation to do that.
See, like that's what I'm saying. You can do so much for 10 million, and you're saying, "Oh, let me just get 40." What you're gonna do with it? Just save the rest of it. You're probably gonna just take out maybe like 5 million of it, and then spend it over maybe like 2 years. Take another 5 million out and spend it over 2 years. No, stuff like that. It's not gonna be you're spending that much money, because then it's just gonna be a bunch of money for retirement, and then there's gonna be more money left over that it's probably just not gonna spend. So I would say, just. I do think he should accept the contract, because $10 million over a year, that's a lot of money for a normal person. And all the stuff that you can do with it is just, it's a lot of stuff you can do that's just normal. And it's just a lot. So accepting that $10 million is saying, okay, I'm going to get all the stuff that now it's not as much as what other people are going to get. All they're going to do is just save the money. I mean, I'm probably going to get more over the other years. I'm already rich. He's already rich. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with 10 mil, and then you're probably just gonna save. If you get like a $40 million contract, what would you do with $40 million? Hoodie. And then we'll go like across the board to the last say Davis and then Jerry. So what would we do with $40 million?
What would I do with $40 million? Shoot, I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing.
I'm telling you, I disappear. You will never hear from me again. I promise you.
Same.
No. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that. I don't go support Who That Davis anymore, because when he gets 40 million subscribers and he's making that $40 million a year, he's disappearing. So don't do it. Don't let it happen. We don't want him to disappear ever again. So please don't support him anymore. Everybody unsubscribe, unlike his channel.
Chill out. That ain't necessary. I'm just keeping it in the buck with y'all. All right? It is what it is. I be traveling. I be doing everything I wanted to do that I couldn't do at this point in my life. I wanted to go see Germany. I want to go see Italy. I want to go see my parents' friends, city of love. And I'm gonna go to each and every club in them country, because the boys gonna be partying. You're gonna be enjoying life to the fullest until you go broke.
All right, Jerry. Look, man, what would you do with $10 million? I mean $40 million.
Man, look, that's a good question, Purple Marcus. But dude, it's a lot on my plate that I can do with 40 million. I just can't. It's hard to pick one. It's hard to pick one, man. I'll just be thankful with it. I mean, that's just about it.
All right, the last say, what would you get? I mean, what would you do with $40 million?
Tyrese, you good, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm straight. I had stuff away. Man, $40 million, man. I'll probably do exactly what Who That Davis do. Except
you know what it is. Hey, you know what it is, bro.
First place I go will be Tokyo at nighttime. I go to nighttime at Tokyo.
I forgot about Tokyo, bro. The heart of anime.
They can't leave out Tokyo, man.
The heart of anime. I forgot about Tokyo, bro. I got to get to Tokyo. Did you know that they have a service over there called Rent a Girlfriend and Rent a Boyfriend? Did you know they have that kind of service over there? Because I had no idea. I heard about that. I'm not kidding. They have that service over there. It's called, you can rent a girlfriend or rent a boyfriend for anywhere from 24 hours to up to 72 hours. And they be yours to do whatever you want. They have that service over there. I looked that up. I found that off of TikTok, and I had to research it to make sure I wasn't crazy. And they actually got that. So I'm like, damn. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Who that Davis? Would you actually use the service?
Yeah, he know he would.
Yeah. I'm keeping the buck. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait, how long? 24 or 72?
Probably 48 hours. I probably just 48 hours.
Oh wow.
Or maybe it's 24 hours because think about it. if you go for 24 hours, then you can use it a little more frequently than you can with 72 because the longer you have them, the more they cost. You got to think smart about that. You got to think smart about something like that. You go 24 hours, you can come back
about getting a girl
more often. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, calm down. Sir.
Hey man, he asked, I answered. I'm just keeping it a stack.
See, you're basically doing the same thing that you do with 10 mil. So I mean, I don't see the point of going out there and getting 40 mil and then play with a sorry offense like the Broncos or Steelers, because Juju Smith could go dance over somebody's. If the Steelers play the Saints soon, he's probably going to dance on the Saints logo, and then someone on the Saints is going to knock him out. He's going to knock him out.
CD Deuce.
Uncle Juan.
Someone's going to knock him out. I'm telling you. If he keeps on doing dances on people's logos, on teams' logos, he going to play with the wrong team and he going to get knocked out.
He already done messed around with the Bengals and Von Bell done laid him for them.
Yeah. Oh God.
Corvette. Future Smith got blown up.
So you're basically doing the same thing with 10 mil. So the same thing with 40 mil. It's just the budget. It's probably gonna just spend a bunch of money on gambling and stuff, or going out to get, or you're gonna be renting a girlfriend.
All right. Let's get back to football topics before I get my fantasies in here, because I don't want to get in trouble. We got a kid. We got a little man in the presence. All right, so let's get back to football. I want to hear y'all thoughts about. I want to hear y'all thoughts about next year's draft.
Oh wait, who?
Receivers, right?
All I gotta say is who's gonna be in the draft class?
Look, we know Jameson Williams is gonna be there. David Bell declared. We've got Jahan Dotson. You've got Garrett Wilson, and maybe Chris Olave if he doesn't.
Garrett Wilson.
That's if he doesn't opt to go for his senior year.
Wilson.
You forget it's somebody really good.
Those are like the notable wide receivers that
you're missing a really good name.
We got Chris Olave, you got Garrett Wilson, you got Jahan Dotson, you got David Bell, Jameson Williams.
You want me to tell you?
Burke from Arkansas.
Yep, Traylon Burks, baby. Traylon Burks. That's my dude right there. That's what I want to get.
If the Saints were to go a wide receiver, I would go for David Bell. I for David Bell since I last saw him play against Iowa. The guy's route running, his catch radius, it's all just shades of a young Michael Thomas. Not to mention the guy could take a pounding for a person
on the same team. Oh, Michael Thompson did, and then a young Michael Thomas on the same team.
Look, he's got
a prime Michael Thomas, a prime.
Look, he's got big playability. His route running is better than Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. Yeah. He's got breakaway speed if necessary. He can make plays down the field. He can line up anywhere you want him to line up on, like in terms of from the outside or from the slot. And he can give you a little bit of something in terms of run blocking or blocking in wide receiver screens. This guy is more well-rounded compared to everybody else. Garrett Wilson is a guy that has really strong hands. I would say he's probably up there with David Bell, if not more so. But his route running needs a little bit of work, and he needs to expand on his route tree. Same thing with Chris Olave. Only his route running needs a little more polishing. I think Jube and Garrett Wilson outclassed Chris Olave in terms of being able to run routes. We already have a deep threat in Deontay Harris. So I would rather than go in the way of someone who can actually create separation. That's the main thing I would be looking for. Can you consistently create separation at the line of scrimmage if they try to press you? And do you know how to find the open zone if they decide to go zone coverage against you? David Bell has answered those in spades this season. Like he is day one. He would be day one ready for the Saints as a number 2 receiver. He's much more polished than Traquan Smith was when he was in UCF. So that's my guy. I don't know.
What about
me.
Mine would be Traylon Burks. That boy has everything. I watched his highlights the other night with my boy Tyrese. Me and him was watching it together, and I was telling him, I said, if you watch all the plays, I'm gonna be having a video come out shortly about him. They ran a lot of screen passes to him to let him, do the rest of the work. They did jet sweeps with him. They drew it downfield, and he was marching people. He's 6'3", 225 pounds. Like, he can literally do anything. He was running slants like Michael Thomas. Like, he can really do everything. I think the only thing he really had to work on is just the route running and, get somebody to bite off. But he's so big, he's like a Michael Thomas. You just throw it to him, he'll catch it for you. And I liked a lot of plays I was watching of him. You gotta watch the highlights of Traylon Burks, y'all. I'm telling y'all, freaking amazing. Because I already looked at him, I'm like, dude, with the screen passes and the jet sweeps for a 6'3" dude to do that. And I said, plus Sean Payton always loves screen passes and stuff like that. And I said, this was definitely working our offense, especially when you can march some people too. Like, they had this one game, I think it was against Ole Miss. He literally marched somebody one-on-one, back-to-back plays. He marched them, caught the ball like the 50-yard line. They did like a hurry-up offense, and they literally called the same exact play on the same dude on a single coverage, and he marched them at like the 2-yard line. I was telling y'all gotta watch him. He's really good. But also, Aaron, I don't know if you agree with me, and I don't know if anybody else agrees with me. What y'all think? Do you think the Saints should try to look in the draft too for like a running back to kind of help out Alvin Kamara? Because Mark Ingram won't be here too much longer. He's gonna be here for a little bit, but not too much longer. And then I told people I really do think we need to look for another safety to replace Malcolm Jenkins soon, because I know he's getting old.
Well, before I answer that, I want to give everybody else a chance to get their thoughts in there. I've been talking my ass off.
So, hey, that's what the show is for. We all talk our butts off.
I get it, but I want to give the spotlight to everybody else around here. This is a round table. It's not just a Hoodie Davis table. So I'll let them answer before I answer that.
Gotcha. What about you, Tyrese? Because Tyrese been quiet and he took off his camera because we called him the Taysom Hill lover. So we're sorry about that, Tyrese. We're sorry about that, bro. You might put your camera back on so everybody can see you. So what are your thoughts? Do you think we should get a running back to help out Kamara in the draft? Should we go after a safety to replace Malcolm Jenkins? What would be another piece besides receiver that you want to see us draft?
Man, I don't think we need to draft a wide receiver. We can literally go. You know what, man? I say we either let Tony Jones Jr. Fly next season or get a veteran running back. Honestly, man, I think we need to get a tackle in the second or the third round, a tall, big tackle, to replace Teron Armstead. Not sure what's gonna happen with Pete. I think he's fucking garbage. Sorry. I think he's trash. I think he gets quarterbacks killed, like Drew Brees. I think we need to find somebody for him too. And we need to get somebody in the safety position because Malcolm Jenkins been getting his legs snapped. He's been getting juked out so badly these past games. And that's it. Besides a wide receiver, we need to get a tackle to replace the right side that Ryan Ramczyk had because Ryan Ramczyk is going to be on that left.
Gotcha. What about you, Purple Marcus?
So I think we should go after a tackle like what he said, but again with Kamara, if Tony Jones Jr. is going to be able to carry that second role, then no, but he has been inconsistent. And I was going to say something else, but I forgot what I was going to say. I might say it later. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now the floor is yours, Mr. Aaron.
Well, you guys went in the trenches. I'm also going to go into the trenches, but not offense, but defense. The Saints need a strong defensive tackle to go alongside David Onyemata. The talent,
linebacker.
The talent gap between David Onyemata and the next best DT, that being Shot Tuttle, is staggering. When he went out for 6 games, we saw no type of pass rush in the interior whatsoever. After Sheldon Rankins left to go to New York, well, he was just let go. But he was still a guy that can get after the quarterback, playing that 3-tech, playing that 9-tech, that nose tackle. He could do that alongside David Onyemata. He created opportunities for Onyemata. Shy Tuttle, Michael Roach, Albert Huggins, these guys aren't it. They're undrafted for a reason. As much as I love them, they guys are great run stuffers, but you need more. if you're going to be able to count on his defensive line to get after the quarterback with the front four and not compromise your back half, you need a good defensive tackle, a talented defensive tackle that can really get after the quarterback. Will Anderson is a guy that can be plugged inside, even though he's more of a defensive end / outside linebacker. But the guy is really big for a guy that could be considered just an outside linebacker or a pass rusher. The guy's stacked. I mean, muscles on top of freaking muscles. So you can move him inside if you wanted to go that direction on a couple of plays, because you're already doing David Onyemata both inside and outside. Those two could be interchangeable, and they can get after the quarterback that way. Another, if I were to say, so that's first round. Second round, I would go wide receiver. Second round, because I know there's going to be a couple of good gems that are going to slip into the second round. If I would say Chris Olave, if everybody else, if David Bell and everybody else is taken before the Saints are up to draft or they can't trade up, I would definitely get Chris Olave if he's there. So DT in round 1, wide receiver in round 2. I would go offensive tackle in round 3, and then you get your veteran safety from free agency. You don't need to spend a 4th round pick on any DBs or any safeties that aren't going to be as productive as what Malcolm Jenkins is giving you. You can get that from the veteran free agent market on a cheap deal. Because you want to see, I would rather spend that money on Marcus Williams. If they extend him and get another veteran in free agency, then that works just as well.
So, I know what I was going to say. I think we should draft a linebacker to replace Quan Alexander, and I think we should keep the safety that we have. I forgot his name. I think his last name was like Gray or something.
Marcus
He's
Williams?
48. You know 48?
JT Gray.
Yeah, Gracie.
But he's already on a 2-year deal, buddy boy. He's on a 2-year deal, so he's locked up for a good minute.
So I do think we should start him for maybe late in the season to see what he can do. So I do think he should be the guy next to Marcus Williams.
Hey, we do have a linebacker though. We do have a linebacker that can replace Kawhi, and his play style.
Yeah, Pete Warner.
Oh, Zach Bond, yeah.
No, not Zach Bond. Pete Warner.
Y'all forgot about my boy Pete already? Y'all forgot about my boy Pete.
Yeah.
No, I didn't forget.
No. Y'all forgot AKA Luke Kuechly.
Baby Keekly.
Oh, my defensive line. Back to your saying, like, you wanted us to draft DT. I do think Ringo should be the guy right next to Algemata for the next 2 or 3 years, because I think he's shown flashes, and even when he's not getting back to the quarterback, he's stacking the line. And I do think our pass rush should be Marcus Davenport with then Algemata, then Ringo, then Pete. What's his Peyton Turner, yeah. And maybe have them in rotation, so I think we should keep Ringo, and then he should be the starter with Argentina.
Amen. Oh, man.
They would also have to consider what they're going to be up against next season. They would have to go up against the NFC West and the AFC North. Those are they got a really, really tough schedule ahead of them. Going up against the Rams, the Niners, you know how annoying the Niners are. You got the Cardinals you got to go up against. The one consensus that I'm looking at when it comes to these two divisions is that they have some mobile quarterbacks back there. You got to go up against Joe Burrow. You got to go up against Lamar Jackson. I'm not sure about Baker Mayfield and Ben Roethlisberger. I think Roethlisberger said he's going to be retiring after this season.
Yeah,
so,
he's going to retire.
So I'm not worried about the Steelers or the Browns, but the Bengals and the Ravens are a problem. Like, Lamar Jackson is a handful in itself, and if they actually have the receivers step up their game, they're going to be in trouble. The Bengals are probably the most threatening team out of the AFC North. Not just because of Joe Burrow, but what Jamar Chase is doing already in his rookie year with Tyler Boyd and Rashad Higgins. These are 3 number 1 receivers making plays all over the field. Not to mention you got Joe Mixon and an O-line that's actually playing competent for Joe Burrow. And then you got the NFC West. You got the most hated team in Saints fan base history in the San Francisco 49ers. Next to that would be the Los Angeles Rams. And then you have the Seattle Seahawks you have to see again, followed by the Arizona Cardinals. Now, you beat them pretty handedly last time, but how, it's going to be
a different team. That's a different team.
Very, very different. DeAndre Hopkins, you got Rondale Moore. Their defense is going to be, I would say, better next offseason if they manage to use their linebackers more effectively, like Isaiah Simmons and their first-round pick, I believe, from Tulsa. I forgot his name already, but I wanted him as Saint. What was his name again? He was a linebacker from Tulsa.
Zach Collins?
Yeah,
Jamin Collins, yeah. Jamin Collins, not Zach. Jamin.
If they use him more effectively, the Saints are going to be in trouble. So you got mobile quarterbacks to deal with, and you have probably going up against a ton of good receivers. Probably a receiving core that's going to be spelling trouble for the Saints. So you have to be able to affect the quarterback, and it starts up front. That's why I want them to draft a DT in the first round. Because if you can't affect the quarterback, then those teams are going to pick you apart all day long. I don't care how good your back end is, someone's going to get open. Second round, my choice for wide receiver just goes more so just to what those opposing defenses are going to possibly give you. Assuming you get your offensive line back healthy, most likely, and they maintain their health, what do you have to go up against in the back end of opposing teams? Baltimore's backfield, not that great. It's just slightly above average. Rams' defensive secondary is highly suspect, overrated as hell. You already know what you got in the Seattle Seahawks. You already know what to expect from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that I base my decision off of that. And finally, just draft the best position player possible, and I believe that would be an offensive tackle.
So I think we could go 11-6 or 10-7 next year because it's going to be games where we just can't probably move the ball downfield, and the defense gets shut out a couple of games. So
I'm thinking 8-9. 8-9 would be my pick.
Next year?
Yep.
No.
8-9. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm serious.
I know.
No, look. As pessimistic as that may sound, let's be real with ourselves here. Until the Saints can show us that they can address the offense effectively, and they put all the right pieces together, and not make boneheaded decisions like re-signing Traquan Smith or re-signing PJ Williams, as good as Williams has been this year. They have to show me that they are committed to fixing the offense. And if they don't show me that, then there's no way the Saints are going to be able to keep up with a team like the Ravens or a team like the Cardinals or a team like the Bengals, and much less keep up with Tampa Bay, because I'm most likely going to be retaining Brady for at least another 2 seasons. The
defense can, though. The defense can. All offense has to do is score maybe like 27 points a game. Then we can beat Tom Brady and the Bucs. As long as defense does what they normally do.
I see what you're saying. And
we can probably beat them once a year, though. Yeah. I
see what you're saying. You make a good point. But with that said, the question remains: how much can you rely on your defense to pull you out of a game? That was the philosophy coming into this season to begin with. The offensive line was just one major strength. The other one was the defense that doesn't get enough credit. We've always heard from national media about how good Dennis Allen is as a defensive coordinator and how he's fixed the Saints defense. And a lot of that is true. But when you have no complimentary football to speak of, when you have your defense out there playing for over 30 minutes or 40 minutes a game, that wears down your defense. And not just in that game, but games going forward, because that's some wear and tear in your body. You're running the mileage of your guys rather quickly. The offense needs to be able to sustain drives and keep their
the thing is, okay, so I gotta say something real quick.
I'll be back,
so
guys.
the thing is, Thing is, we're probably gonna run the ball a lot next season, and I do think Alvin Kamara should get his first 1,000-yard season of his career, because when you look at the team next year, it's still gonna be okay. I mean, in the offense, okay, we have to slowly move in to being comfortable. Maybe like week 5, we're probably gonna be comfortable with being able to pass the ball. So I do think we should be running the ball a lot more. That's going to be chewing the clock. Maybe we could be playing for a 30-30, maybe like a 30-30 minute time, somewhere around there, like a 20, like a 20, 40, something like that. I do think we could do that.
But that was the philosophy coming into the season, though. Like, to run the ball, control the clock, time of possession, and lean on the defense. Like, those two aspects were what Sean Payton preached going into this year when he was asked about using Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill as a dual quarterback system. He stated that he did not want to break the rapport or break the continuity of whoever he decides to go with as his QB1, and which was obviously Jameis. And once we saw Jameis, we barely saw Taysom Hill as promised. So it really, it can obviously go either way. But if you're looking at this season, you would have to really be apprehensive about employing the same type of method that obviously didn't work for you this season. Like a copy and paste game plan / philosophy could land the Saints at an 8-9 because they decide to not fix their offense. Like, the offense is the main struggle outside of the kicking game. Well, we already know we're going to get Will Lutz back, so I'm not worried about the kicking game next year. But the offense,
so we can pass the ball. I think we're going to be able to pass the ball next season when we need to. So when Alvin Kamara is struggling, if the offense is not playing good, the offensive line is not playing good, as in running the ball, they're not giving holes to Alvin Kamara. We can't pass the ball because we know what James Winston can do, as in stepping up in the pocket, moving around. If there's nothing there, throwing it away, there's things that he can do, and I do think that we can pull off a 10-7 and sneak into the playoffs. Maybe a 9-8 we'll be able to sneak into the playoffs, but I don't think we're gonna be win, loss, 2 wins, loss. We're just gonna be going back and forth. Because that happened this season, and Saints fans knew what the problem was. Sean Payton knows what the problem was. Is. He should know by now. And now we get Michael Thomas back. The offense is going to be better. It should be better. Defense is going to stay where it is, probably. Maybe a little bit worse, maybe a little bit better. It's probably going to stay where it is. Marshall Lattimore should be getting a lot better next season. As long as the defense allows 20 points per game, 20 to 21 points per game, I do think the Saints could go 10-7.
But they're also going to be losing a lot of depth in the next offseason. And not just Malcolm Jenkins, but players behind them, like fourth stringers, fifth stringers, sometimes even third stringers. They're going to be losing a lot of guys because a lot of guys' contracts are going to be up in 2022, and they can't retain them all. So if the Saints end up having another injury-riddled season like this year, do you honestly think the Saints could go toe-to-toe?
No.
Okay, then. So it's going to rely on the offense. Let me ask you this before I go any further. Do you believe the Saints are going to address the offense? And if so, Mini-Me, how do you think they're going to do that?
Okay. Wide receiver, we're gonna get a vet. Is Keaton Cole gonna be in free agency this year?
Keaton Cole, I believe so.
If he gets into free agency, that should be an automatic sign if we have the money at that time before he gets signed to someone else. That should be an automatic sign. I don't think we should even question it. Keaton Cole, sign him, because he is going to be a good piece of offense that we're going to be able to at least touch the ball 70% of the time, at least. And he's shown to be a good pass catcher. Man in Black. Okay.
Man in Black, my dude.
Coach Rudy.
I just got finished watching the first Men in Black movie on my TV, and I'm still scarred at the fact the man got swallowed whole by a fucking bug.
Cockroach. 1 second.
Bug, it's still a bug, and it's scarred see that.
Hey, but there is one big receiver that was coming out of free agency next year that I would like to pick up, and that name is Mike Williams from the Chargers.
Mike Williams can moss anybody. I don't care. He can moss anybody.
He would be a good pickup. Just think of him and then getting a speed like you said. What's the dude's name? Bell or something you said from UCF.
Jets?
You were saying?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that who you were talking about?
Who, me?
Yeah, you were talking about somebody in the draft.
David.
You
Bell
said that.
David Bell from Purdue. He's not from UCF.
Bell
He's
yeah.
Purdue.
I thought you said Bell. Okay, yeah, him.
Yeah, David
Just
Bell.
pick him up. Just pick him up in the draft. Pick up a dude like Mike Williams, a veteran, and then you got Michael Thomas, Mike Williams. You got the dude out the draft, and then you still got Callaway and Harris. That's a good squad right there.
I don't know. Mike Williams is a leading receiver for the Chargers this season. He's going to command a good amount of money, and the Saints have to adjust their own cap concerns before they can entertain that.
Hey,
We're gonna have some cash space. I think we're gonna have some cash space y'all to work with because you remember what Nick Underhill reported. You saw his reports about how we can save easily 80 to $90 million. They said we can save 80 to $90 million this year without having to barely cut nobody. Well,
Shoot, hey, you give Mickey Loomis that kind of money, you see magic happen. It's enough to bring a tear to my eye, you know.
I mean,
yep,
possibly.
But hey, Davis.
Yo,
I know y'all talking about the draft, and I want to start off by saying this. Sometimes I love it when I'm right, and some other times I hate it when I'm right. Because I remember saying a couple times, I think it was a couple shows ago, I remember saying we either need for the worst case scenario, the best to worst / worst case scenario, you need to position ourselves to either sneak in as a wild card, or B, position ourselves to get a good spot in the draft. And at this point, we need to position ourselves to get in the draft. Not like tank the season. No. But just get a good mid-round draft pick. But you're going to let us know. You know who I really want to see us draft? Lawrence Woods.
Oh, my Lord. Now you're trying to mess with Aaron's. Yeah, you're trying to hurt Aaron's heart. You're trying to hurt him. That's an insult.
Hey,
Aaron, I got you back. Aaron, I got you back right here.
No,
I got you back.
No.
Just mess with him. Just mess with him about the dating show. Ask him who his girlfriend on here.
It's fine.
Ask him who his girlfriend is on here.
It's fine.
I gave
Tyrese hell for Taysom Hill. I can accept this. I can receive the hell for Lawrence Woods. I get it. It's fine. Turner's about to fair play.
Look, I do that as a joke, dude. But look, if he was here, he'd be good plug and play. But that's beside the point.
I get it, man. I get it.
I'm joking though.
I know. Man. You good? I ain't taking it personal. I'm smiling. You see me? I do see me smiling over here, dog.
That's an Eva smile. Like, haha.
That's a malicious smile. But Davis.
If Taysom Hill goes up and stinks it up tomorrow, I'm gonna be dedicating that TikTok to you and Tyrese. I got a TikTok saved to the drafts. If you haven't heard me say it already, and I'm gonna be calling both y'all out. Just wait.
I know that the Traquan Smith experiment is done. It's over. So is with Trevor Siemian. That sucker's done. That ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. But I agree. I would love to see us draft not just a D line. I want to see us draft some couple O line. So I'm gonna get both sides of the field on that one. Because if we get another tackle to go opposite Animata, that'd be amazing. First off, by the way, you know what I'd hate to see? First off, besides the draft, us not taking that in the draft, I'd hate to see Sheldon Rankins go to the Bengals.
Who?
Trey Henderson.
You talking about Trey Henderson?
No. I said Sheldon Rankins. I want to see. Look, if he leaves the Jets and he goes to the Bengals with Trey Henderson on the side, that's a dangerous combo right there for them. For at least their defense, strengthen them up.
I mean,
moving.
I'm not sure how Sheldon Rankins will help that D line any more than it already is. He's at this point, the D line for the Bengals, their personnel is already better than Sheldon Rankins in terms of what he.
Yeah, but he'd be a good piece for them, But that's beside the point. Now I do agree. We do need to address the wide receiver core because first off, freaking Traquan Smith he's done. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Watch him come back on a 1-year deal. Watch him come back on a 1-year deal now.
For real.
The person I want to come back, really want us to come back and use because he was doing a fantastic job. Bring back Winston. Re-sign Winston.
Thank you. Why is that so hard to admit? Thank you.
By the way, Davis. By the way, if I look, I don't care if I got ejected from the game for fighting. If I was on if I was on the line and I saw that shitty play happen, even if I was on the Tampa team, I would have blasted White for that. Like
Devin White,
you don't do that, you know.
Devin White wouldn't be able to come back to LSU after that.
Devin White gonna run the smoke over. Devin White run the smoke, bro. He run the smoke.
But just think, if he had someone blindside him with a cheap shot, he won't do that shit again.
All right.
And that's a mimi shot.
We coming up on an hour and a half. It is time for me to go get a late dinner and get myself to bed and watch the misery that's going to be the Saints struggle against the Jets.
Huh? But Davis, I do have some good news though.
Get the bed.
I do have a little bit of good news for you though. LSU Tigers are still perfect in basketball.
Wait, forget
LSU. I ain't worried about LSU.
But that's another point. Look. Even though I'm playing with the Jets, I just want to see what happens. Let's say screw it and see what Ian Book does. You know, I'm kind of curious.
Ian Book.
I think Ian Book's being groomed to be the next answer though, for real.
He can throw.
Hold on, y'all.
I think so too. He's
Sean
Payton is really good at manipulating the media to make him think he tells him he's really good at not taking the cheese.
Hold on, guys.
He baits him so hard. It's not even funny.
Hold on. Davis. Y'all, hold on, y'all. Hold on, fellas. Hold on. So I know Davis is about to leave, right? But we never really got you to answer the question. What do you need to see tomorrow for us to win? You know, offense and defensive side. What do you want to see? Because you never really got into it because then we started. We got Purple Marcus asking us what we do with 10, 40 million, and we started talking about strip clubs and all kind of stuff. So I mean, we gotta get back on that regular Jets game topic real quick before you leave.
I can't believe I missed the party.
I was about to say, go back earlier in the stream. Once it's over, you'll see me talking about your boy going up in the clubs. If I get that kind of money, I was just keeping it this.
You know, Mickey Lewis would do that. You know, he probably would do that too. He not like go in the club, make it rain, but buy the club before he leaves.
To answer Jube's question, because to be fair, I was supposed to answer it, but I didn't. To answer the question, I want to see the Saints win in the trenches on both. It has to start in the trenches. I don't care if you're a third stringer or a second stringer or maybe even a fourth stringer. If you're out there in the trenches for the Saints, you have to be able to win your matchups because that's going to determine the success or failure of tomorrow's game. We already know the game plan is going to have a heavy dose of Kamara or whoever is going to be running the football. We're going to see a lot of Taysom Hill runs like compared to last week. We're going to be seeing a whole lot of RPOs and power runs, things of that nature, because Ethan Wolf has been called up from the practice squad. You have to be able to create open lanes for Kamara and whoever is running the football if you're on the offensive line. On the defensive line, you're going up against the goddamn Jets. If you can't get to the quarterback, at least twice, then you are an absolute failure. I don't care where you're at. I don't care where you're coming from. I don't care if you're a no name. You're in black and gold. You're on the defensive line that is a prideful defense. Marcus Davenport is going to be leading the way. We already know we can give you just a pass rush. David Onyemata is going to be there. You have to help those guys out because those guys are going to be commanding attention on both sides of the field. If you can't help them and win your one-on-one matchups, because those opportunities are going to be there. You can't win those. You do not deserve to be on this Saints active roster any further from that point. This is the matchup the Saints must win. They are in sink or swim mode. The rest of this season or the rest of their playoff hopes, what little there is right now, is going to be predated on how they play this game. If they go out there and they stink it up in the trenches and they end up losing this game, there is absolutely no more talk of Saints' potential playoffs as a wild card team. Absolutely, no more. I know I said earlier they can get in at 9-8, but if you can't beat the Jets, then you have next to no shot against Tampa. you're definitely not going to beat a blitzing team like the Miami Dolphins. Atlanta's probably going to see that tape and cook up another game plan to get Cordero Patterson out in space. You have to win the games you are favored to win. And it starts tomorrow. If they can win that game, then maybe the Saints have something. Maybe. But they have to show me. Until then, I had them winning only by 3 points because of a struggling offense and an overall struggling in the trenches.
But that's the question. If you do win tomorrow against the Jets and you do win, like you said, by 3 points, do they really have something still to go to the playoffs if you can't barely beat the Jets by only 3 points?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you win, so long as you win. We have seen some terrible Super Bowls and terrible playoff games in our lifetime. I'm sure all of us can attest. Most recent one, and let's look at the Super Bowl, 2018, Patriots Rams. What was that? What was the score line for that? 13-3, right?
It should have been Saints Patriots.
Absolutely god awful. We see some low scoring affairs in the playoffs. It doesn't matter how you win. You can win by a field goal. You can even win by 2 points. The fact of the matter is, you have to win. If you win, it doesn't matter what your score is. It doesn't matter what your record is. You have to win. If they get in there, all they have to do is win. By however many points, doesn't matter. But you have to win games that you know you are better than. If you're better than the Jets. No matter how banged up you are better than the Jets, who are also banged up. So your current active roster, your current lineup should be better talent-wise than the New York Jets and what they have. If you can't beat them, there is absolutely no hope for a playoff, period.
Yeah.
Zero.
Davis, first off, 2 things before you go. First off, I agree with you. It all starts at the point of attack. If we lose that battle at the point of attack, that all pretty much hopes go out the window. And 2, for a defense, me and my father share a simple philosophy when it comes to defense. 3 and out. That's it. That's all I
They
ask.
should be able to do that. They don't.
They
don't have Elijah Moore and they don't have Corey Davis. They have Jamison Crowder leading their receiving group. Jamison damn Crowder. If you let him go for 100 yards in that game, you're absolutely trash.
Okay, I have a question though. I do want to pose a question for the group. If there's any particular player on the offensive line, barring wide receiver that you want to see the Saints pick up, who would it be? At what position and who would it be?
I would go for a tight end in free agency.
Same.
Oh shit! Hey, you know who's a piece that I want to see because he's a free agent this year, and I want to see him pick it up. Because remember, I was telling you we can maybe draft a running back to help out Kamara, but there's a running back that we can easily pick up in free agency. And I want to know, Aaron, do you know who that dude is? Can you kind of guess who's a free agent? I'm gonna just tell you this: he can do both, run and he can catch.
Philip Lindsay.
And I think you're just missing his name not too long ago.
I'm lost.
And he's in our league. He's in our league too. He's in our division.
What, Mike
Tony
Davis?
Jr.
No,
Cordell Patterson.
Cordell Patterson. Patterson's gonna be a free agent this year.
No. No. No.
No.
Hold on. I'm saying no, not because I don't want him as a Saint. I would think he would be great, but the Falcons are going to find any way possible to retain him. They're not going to let that man walk out that building. They would be stupid.
They let Julio.
Stupid.
Well, Julio Jones is a shell of his former self. Julio Jones can't stay on the field to save his life.
That's different. Julio Jones sucks.
Cordell
It's kind
Patterson
of like Jimmy Graham.
is literally the heart and soul of their offense right now. They would be foolish to let that man walk out of that building. He's the reason why they're still in the hunt for the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
They are going to find a way to retain Cordell Patterson, or they're going to be absolute fools.
These are the free agent pieces that I would get. Because somebody asked me on Twitter that he said, who will you sign out of these free agent people, right? I told him, I said, give me Mike Williams at receiver from the Chargers if we can afford him. Give me Cordell Patterson at running back. I said, give me Kaseki from the Dolphins, who's going to be a free agent at tight end. And then go sign me a receiver out of college,
The Dolphins are going to sign. The Dolphins are
Who do
going
we
to
talking
extend
about?
Mike Gesicki. He's the best offensive player. They're going to extend Gesicki. I'm not worried about Gesicki.
I have a question. I have a question. I want to answer that with your. But I do agree we should try to find a tight end. You know, but I want to see if we get a tight end. I want to see if Dan Moss is available.
Hollister?
No, I think he said Thaddeus Moss.
Dan Moss.
Randy Moss's son?
Randy Moss's son. He is on the
He's
Bengals
on-
practice squad. The Bengals practice squad.
Hey, we can still pick him up. You know.
I'm about to say it couldn't hurt, I guess, but you would.
Did he go to
But
Massachusetts?
the thing is with that Moss,
He went
you
undrafted.
need a veteran. You need a veteran
Yeah.
tight end in that locker room. Thaddeus Moss is not a veteran, and not to mention he has yet to see an active snap on any team. He was with the Washington football team and then he got let go. And then he went, because of injury, mind you, and then he went over to the Cincinnati practice squad, where I believe they're going to let a tight end go from there and bring Thaddeus Moss into the fold because he's got rapport with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. I think they have a long-term plan for Thaddeus.
Hold up now. Time out. I saw about something. This is just kind of like hypothetical and just bold claims, really bold claims, just basically reaching at straws right now. Can you see if there's someone you want to see, some team that somehow managed to let one of their players go? Who do you want to see go? For me, I want to see a tight end from the Chiefs go. I want to see what happens if Travis Kelce walks.
I want to see a tight end from the Bengals go. If they let go of either Uzama or Sample, I want the Saints to pick one of them up.
Yes, please.
You know how I want to see go?
I'm
going to tell you how I want.
I'll take Cam Sample any day of the week if the Bengals let him go for Thaddeus Moss.
You know how I want to see go? I want to see Tom Brady lead the Bucs and see how many Bucs fans gonna talk shit then.
For real.
No Tom Brady.
Go to
Super Bowl.
Go to the Dolphins.
Well, we got about another 2 years for that.
Send him to the Browns. Send him to the Browns. I want to see that.
What's the Jets?
I'd rather. I want to see him go to the Steelers. I want to see what Tom Brady looks like in a Steelers uniform.
But
what
to let
Chargers?
you know,
What do you think about Chargers?
to let you know, what are you talking
Chargers
about?
or Raiders? What do you think?
Who?
Chargers or Raiders?
Oh, Tom Brady. No, the Chargers. He won't be there because they got their future in Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, they do.
Really good. I love Justin Herbert.
He's proving people wrong.
If I remember correctly, he came from Oregon, right?
He did.
Yeah, Oregon.
When his son funny?
He played with Jawan Johnson.
When his son funny? Yes, he did. Speaking of that, here's some funny. Of course, I know this is a man game, but my Saints quarterback on franchise, his name's Stephen Coe, but he was actually came from the College of Oregon. I'm like, so wait a minute, I just drafted unintentionally Justin Herbert. Nice.
Kinda. But this is my last thing for you, Aaron, because I know you got to leave. I did talk to my boy, Mr. TJ, the state of the Saint podcast, when I went on the show. And I don't know if you've seen the podcast when I talked to him, but me and him agreed on it so far, and we need to make sure you agreeing with it. We're gonna try to do this off season. We're gonna try to get a nice round table with you, me, him, Big Q. We can get Last Saint on here, and we're gonna try to get like the Nola Bros and stuff like that. Big name people that we watch on here, and get one Big Saints podcast of all the YouTubers, and we can all see what we agree on and what we don't agree on this offseason, that we can improve our offense, our defense, the coaching staff, etc., to be a Super Bowl team next year. And we were trying to make sure everybody was going to be down for that this offseason sometime, before we can all have it like a nice little round table.
I could see the appeal. I would definitely be down. I could see it, but my only condition is it can't be just a one-time thing. With all these names, you have an opportunity to stretch this whole conversation out through off-season. Give all of us and our viewers, our respective viewers, some off-season content so they're not nipping at each other's necks trying to wait for any type of football news. So you and TJ, you get together and you find a way to stretch this out throughout at least half of the offseason. At least stretch it out to the night before the NFL draft.
I was thinking about the same thing, at least before the draft, still.
If y'all can do that, if y'all can guarantee something like that to happen, or at least like every other week, it doesn't have to be every week, like per se, because that's a lot of time. Like
every other week,
and there's not a lot to talk about in the offseason. So you can find a way to stretch it out, however long in between, up to the night before the NFL draft. then consider me interested.
Yep. Hey, I feel like we do that every other
we
week,
can also-
you know, every
hey,
other
hey.
week or every week, and we can also do the thing to where, so like, let's say the first one was on TJ's, right? We go to TJ's podcast, we all on his show. Next week we're on Big Q's, you know, the next week we're on yours, following week we're on mine, and we show everybody to where we bring all the viewers to everybody's channel, to people who might not know Big Q or TJ already, you know, that might be under me, they don't know him, and they watching. Then we can bring the subscribers to them, bring the views to them, and everybody can be loving, and we can all be freaking eating on these YouTube channels. And I feel like it'll be great for all of us to be on one podcast. So I said it'll be fun to see what everybody's start is, you know, during the off season.
I'm bringing Big Smoke. I'm just telling you that. I'm bringing my man Smokeless YT. Just saying. Now,
Hey,
Man
he
Black,
can come.
my dude.
Yeah.
My dude. You have something to say?
He did.
Me?
Yeah, you have something to say?
Yeah, you're about to say something. You're about to say something.
I was gonna say, I love that idea, but we could probably do something similar to what we did in the NBA draft and with the NBA and the Pelicans products guests. We talked about like players and whatnot during the off season and who our draft picks would be, or rather the mock draft, who would we think we draft. You know, so that's something I feel like we could definitely touch upon, like going forward. You know, like who we see as a potential pick and what do we see as this round? Do we draft? Do we trade in, trade out? What have the whole nine yards? You know,
We ain't trading out. We need a pick.
You're damn right. We need more. To be honest, I feel like we could trade back and get a lot more because we hardly ever use that first round draft picks. We've only done it like twice in the last 5 years. You know.
Yep. But any last word, Mr. Aaron, before you leave? I know you said you gotta get you some food and get to sleep.
I just want to apologize to everybody who's been asking about where I've been over the last week because I haven't put out a couple of any content over the last couple of days.
I've been
a little bit too. So I've been a little in my feels because your boy, as you know, had a date not too long ago, and I officially struck out as of this morning. I got friend zone this morning.
Ow!
It's okay.
That hurt.
It's okay.
I mean,
I got friend zoned so hard in high school. I hate that. I freaking hate that.
Yeah,
You took her out where?
I took her out to a Texas Roadhouse.
No, you didn't.
Nice.
No, you did not.
I took her to
in a movie. Classic.
No. That's where I work.
She wanted to go to a Texas Roadhouse. I gave her her options of where she wanted to go to eat tonight. There were a lot of restaurants down here on the coast. She specifically wanted to go to a Texas Roadhouse. So that's where I took her. And we had a fun time, or at least I had a fun time. It was a really fun time. I didn't know steaks who looked like that. Like my perspective on steaks completely changed. Because I've been eating dollar store steaks for the majority of my life prior to the night before. And the lines on that steak and the juices was
don't you ever do that again.
It was
don't you ever do that again.
What up, last thing?
Don't you ever give these hoes options. No.
Yeah.
Well, my first date, man, I took that girl home to the park.
I'm a gentleman.
We jogged, man. We jogged on my first date.
David, I can't believe you are.
No.
That's it.
No, listen, man. No, don't listen to Man in Black. Don't listen to his ass. Listen to me. Let me tell you the truth. Look, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You was probably the third dude for a dinner date. Now, I ain't saying that you ain't shit or nothing, but I'm just saying, realistically speaking.
Hey, yo, man.
Hey, I need to know. I need to know.
You ain't gotta be the devil's advocate on that one, man.
I'm just being truthful, man.
No, this is what I gotta do.
Oh,
Davis, why did you go to the Roadhouse out there when you could have came and seen your boy? I work at Roadhouse. I could have served on you. I could have told you that girl was, I can tell she was going to friend zone you or not. I could have been there.
Well, the Texas Roadhouse in question was the closest Texas Roadhouse to me was literally a 10-minute.
Hey, Elite, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Look, dog, and we had a fun time.
That's where I live. Literally around the corner. I literally live next to Texas Roadhouse.
Like the moment I got
Elite,
home,
we do not care.
The moment I got home, I knew I had a feeling, right? I had a feeling in my gut.
I knew it was going to carry like this
badly because during that entire date, hear me out. During that entire date, I mean, this female had no interest in keeping a conversation going. I was talking about my life. I was talking about my aspirations. I wanted to hear more about her side of the story, what she's got going on. This bitch couldn't get off her phone and save her life. She couldn't even engage in conversation.
Wait. Davis, hold up. I think I found a problem. It wasn't the fact that dinner. It was the fact that you found a gold digger.
I told you, man, she a dinner dasher like that game. You remember that game we played in elementary?
The next
day,
Y'all wild.
there was no text.
Y'all
Like she did not
We
text
gotta have fun,
at
dude.
all. The
We had
very
fun.
next day.
Davis, you gotta take notes
No,
from the
Elite, I call your mom
OG. OG.
Look,
Get my boy Aaron some notes to write down real quick. Come on, Jerry. You're the OG. Help him out real quick.
Yeah, get this man some gospel, man. Holy shit.
Give this man some
Let's
gospel.
take
Am I that bad?
Jerry, take us to church. Take us to
Give this man
church,
some
Jerry.
gospel.
Oh, am I that bad at my game? Am I that bad with my game?
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry.
I really ain't got nothing to say.
I would have ran off on her.
Bishop
Left her the
Jerry,
ticket.
come on, take us to
Roasting the
church. Take us to church, Bishop Jerry.
Y'all roasting the G.
Look, I don't know what y'all talking about. Look, my only advice to you is I just pray for y'all every day. That's all
Hey, I'm trying to look Christ-like. Listen, Aaron. Look, man. All I can say is this, man. It ain't your fault that she acted the way she did. You know, some of these women gonna be like they are. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to say there is a hold on.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Wait, guys, for real. Hold on. And let's address a comment right here. All y'all need to have some respect.
Elite Goods
Look, I have
LLC.
the utmost. I just want to say I have the utmost respect for women. Like I have been raised on values by my uncle to respect women. Period. All right. So I apologize if I starting on this topic ended up upsetting any women. I do not mean this in a personal attack to any of y'all. I was just talking about my personal experience with the date I have. But that I know that not all women act like that. Not all men act the same. No. I get it. I apologize.
We love our queens, man.
Like I love, like exactly.
Hey,
I love my queens.
That brings up an interesting question, though. I have a question, though.
Yeah.
I know we talked to, and you're probably same way. You probably talked to never put your hands on a woman, correct?
Always. I never talk about never put my hands on a woman.
Wait, but here's the question, though. I'm talking about a real, genuine woman. But what if you find yourself being attacked by a woman? Would you put your hands on her?
Boy, she getting these UFC hands, like, for real.
Well, I'll just say, I'll never initiate the fighting, but if I have to defend myself, I will turn whatever venue is there into a UFC ring.
So basically,
I feel like Aaron will hit hard as a bitch, too.
Wait. So Aaron, what you're saying is you won't hit a woman, but you beat a bitch's ass, right?
No. You gotta do what Miss Beacon said. Miss Beacon said this.
Because
I apologize.
There are some
you gotta do what Miss Beacon.
Run.
Okay.
I will not answer that question out of respect for them.
Miss Beacon said run. If a girl hits you better run.
So basically, you're saying you would self-defend yourself, but also try your best to escape the situation, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
That's a nice safe.
Look, that's a safe answer. That's a safe answer.
I'm just trying not to offend nobody.
Wait, hold on.
The last thing I want to do is offend somebody. All right.
It's like, I hate saying this, but it's basically we went the safe route. It's like when your girl asks you, "Hey, do I look fat in this?"
Oh, I tell the truth.
Say what now?
Bro, you can't lie, man. You can't lie.
Tyrese,
I didn't hear the question though.
Tyrese.
I was zoned out.
That's pretty much, I was saying
Tyrese.
basically. I was comparing the safe answer to basically like how do you escape a situation when your girl asks you, "Do I look fat in this?"
Oh,
I was letting you know the comparison. Like you really, when it comes to that, you really want to get a safe answer and try to avoid the situation as best as possible.
Yep. Look at Miss Beacon. Don't answer that ever. It's a trap. Do not answer that question. It's a trap.
And don't ever look down. Whatever you do not look down. You never look down.
Hey, hold on. Let me say this though. Like, let me say this right. Who that is? Look, man. Like, nothing wrong with taking women out to dinners, but I'm just saying, man. Like, 80% of the women that you meet, they're already dating other guys. Even if you looking for like one person.
I have a question though to ask you guys.
Well, let me finish saying what I gotta say.
I'll after you last thing.
Yeah, let me finish saying what I'm saying. Look, like me, I don't take women out to like dinner dates or anything like that. Like we'll meet at the park. If anything, we'll go on a walk on a trail. A bike ride. That's what I did with my ex. We went to the park. And we was chilling. And she felt me like. Honestly, man, you just wasting money nowadays. Save dinner dates for your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Don't waste time with these trifes. Now I ain't saying all of them, because a trifling ain't a woman.
Yeah.
And that could be a dude too. A trifling guy.
Yeah. I think what comes down to, by the way, speaking of this, is the lack of accountability in people. A lot of these people are lacking a lot of accountability, especially guys and women alike nowadays. They never take accountability or realize that they're like, hey, maybe I'm the problem.
I'm going to get out of here because Elite.
Before it gets crazy.
Not before it gets crazy. It's probably we just our conversation upset Elite Goods. That was the one of the females in question. I was trying not to offend because she's also a long-term viewer of mine, and I don't want to lose her support. I'm reading through back through the comment section, and Last Saint, she ain't your biggest fan right now.
No, she's not. By the way, I apologize. And by the way, I'd like to personally apologize if I overstepped my bounds. Okay.
Also saying I have utmost respect for women. I know all women ain't the same.
Hey, yeah. And plus, I have to respect women because I'm a Southern. I was raised in the South. Like we were taught to respect women. And plus,
I'm just saying. Look, I reciprocate what I'm doing. Give me respect. I give you respect. You want to play games? I can play games too. Everybody gets their own little slice of who that gave us.
Hey, and the funny part is, if someone says to leave you, if someone asks to leave, if someone tells you leave them alone. All right, cool. I will no longer speak to you ever again. I will leave you personally alone.
That's it. We gotta get him out of here. I've probably have overstayed by what we're playing. The boy is actually really hungry.
Yep.
I go eat. I need to get some food in me, and I need to go
get some grub, my man. A man's gotta eat. Come on, man.
This is probably the wildest podcast roundtable I've done here on Hoodie Juice channel in a hot minute. It was hella fun.
Hey, it's always hey, Davis. It's always gonna be fun when you, me, and Hoodie and Last Saint always gets on.
Oh, well, not Jerry. Damn.
Oh, Jerry.
I mean, Jerry hanging. Jerry, you see that? Nope. Jerry, you see that? You see that?
I'm not.
Last Saint, you better pray Taysom better win tomorrow. You better pray the Almighty God Taysom win tomorrow. If you don't win, it's your ass. If you don't win, it's your ass. It's your ass. You feel me?
Green wings by me, I think I care about
Taysom.
Taysom better stunt.
Hey, B-Con says Elite is a brother. Yeah.
He's a brother. I love my brothers. I love all my brothers. Tyrese, he already know.
Shouts out to everybody
in my social circle.
Oh, hey guys. Davis, before we go, I have one thing to say. I'm actually playing in a semi-pro league with the South Louisiana Demons. We have a Toys for Tots game coming up next week, actually.
Okay, cool.
CS:GO. I haven't played that game in a minute.
Wish me luck.
I will come back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Hoodie is going to be doing another roundtable after the game. So I will come back tomorrow and we can exchange social media. We can talk about CS:GO because I may be interested, but we'll see. But right now,
CS:GO.
Why not?
Did you say CS:GO? What is that?
Ain't that what you said? Or am I
shout out to you, Dada.
I said semi-pro football.
Semi-pro.
CS:GO. I was about to say CS:GO. That game in a minute. You don't tease me. You don't tease my game aside.
Aaron,
wait. Hold up. What games do you play? Because don't threaten with a good time now.
I play CS:GO. I play Call of Duty. I play.
Wait, Call of Duty what?
Infinite Warfare.
Lame.
I've been playing World War II for haven't played World War II in a hot minute. And hey, Davis, you're gonna love this. Know my KDR percentage is on in World War II is 95%.
Man, you get out of here too, man. People be bumping those stats up, man.
Hey, my best game was a domination match I had. It was 121 kills to 24 deaths.
I like me some search and destroy. I'm just saying.
I'm more of a domination kind of guy. More domination
But
and
that's all from your boy Hoodie Davis. I really got to jet. This fool ain't gonna be itself.
All right,
We all know.
right,
Y'all know it. Y'all know it. I gotta say it before I get up out of here. Y'all know that over here, Hoodie Davis and the B&G Breakdown Podcast. We bleed black and gold until we dead and cold, my boys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Right. Catch you later, Davis.
I'm gonna see you especially tomorrow, my boy.
Yeah.
I won't be here tomorrow though.
Now look,
I have enough laughs for everybody. I have enough laughs for you and me.
Yeah.
How about that?
If Taysom does win, I do have another TikTok. If Taysom does win, all right, I'll do another dedication.
I don't do TikTok.
Just to say,
I will cook some mean ribs though.
Well,
it's like a
YouTube short. It's kind of like TikTok, but they have their own little version.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been checking out.
I also have a TikTok channel.
Videos over there, and they awesome.
I do my TikToks on
I don't really see the appeal of TikTok.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, get on there, Hoodie.
I didn't like TikTok at first, but
I enjoy some things that TikTok brings. Not gonna lie, but I'd rather do TikTok than Snapchat. I freaking hate Snapchat.
Anybody who does Snapchat these days is just weird.
I don't do none of that stuff over there.
I never did Snapchat.
I just want to say Snapchat is a reason for so many breakups in relationships because of Snapchat location. Just saying, they are responsible for so many breakups.
Shoot! It took me till my my second the second semester of my college year before I started using Twitter. That was like 5 years ago.
All right, y'all. I'm out.
Who that to you, Davis?
Catch you later, Aaron.
Who that to you? Well, also y'all. Well, also Mr. Jerry, Tyrese, and my boy Coach Rudy. Any last words from any of y'all? We're about to end the podcast too, because I do gotta go pack and everything because I leave tomorrow morning, literally, and at 2 a.m. So about 5 more hours, I'm leaving. So I might have to get ready.
You going out of town?
I'm going to Tennessee. So I'll be in Tennessee for a little while.
You got a nice little vacation for yourself.
Yep, a little vacation. So
where at?
I don't know exactly where at because my friend bought the cabin, but he never told me exactly what part. But we're gonna be somewhere in Tennessee, so it's a surprise.
It's probably gonna be Pigeon Forge. I'm just guessing. Probably either Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, one or two.
Well, wherever the location is, man.
Maybe Henderson. I don't know. So.
Yep. So, any last words from anybody before we end the podcast?
I'll start. But Hoodie, I just wanted to wish you well on your journey going up to.
No, I'm not keeping on the Giants, dude.
I pray that you have a safe trip wherever you're going, and hope y'all make it there safe and sound, man. My prayers going out to you and your family, man.
Prayers go up, blessings come down.
Amen. Yep. And one other thing in closing out of my end is I know it's been a rough season for us. I get to understand it, but a win over the Jets on Sunday is going to change this Saints team the way it's looking right now. You know, with 5 games, losing like every week it's crazy.
It's
I get the picture, but like I said, a Saints win over the Jets starting on Sunday will change things immediately.
I haven't seen a 5-game losing streak since the 05 season.
Defense, and special teams. I mean, they the whole enchilada. They got the whole 9 yards. They got and you know what, Alvin, like I said earlier, with Alvin Kamara coming back and possible a few other key players coming back for this game, it's time to wake up. Like I said before, I'm not thinking about no playoffs right now.
Eating there, Saints.
I'm not thinking about even sniffing the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
All I want is a New Orleans Saints win.
on Sunday.
Raising Canes.
That's
You got
all I
Simpson
want.
Canes. Nice.
Well, he got that Raising Cane package.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the good
Any-
package.
About to go off.
Any last word?
That's all
Any
right.
last word, Taysom? Any Taysom Hill, lover? You got any last words?
Bounce back game tomorrow. Everybody's predictions probably been 0-5. But I need a miracle. I think we got it now.
So
I
silly,
think we
man.
get the W.
But
I think so.
now for me, I want to say is I want to see our defense perform, but then again that'd be kind of stretchy because I know they will perform. They are solid throughout. I want to see our offense finally put some points on that damn board. I think it's all time for us to.
Homer got to put the helmet on.
It's time for us to gear up. It's time to go to war.
It's time to go to war.
And it
But-
could be. You might get a call, Rudy. You might call you up and come play for him. You already got your helmet on.
Yep. They might just call him and say, Coach Rudy, do you mind coming to play for us? Because you already see we're already at 5-7 right now, But with that being said, everybody, thank you everybody that came on the show. Coach Rudy, Tyrese, Jerry, Mr. Aaron over here, everybody that comes on. Purple Marcus. Yeah, look, Marcus was on here. Look, let me bring him on. There he is right here.
Chat too.
Not gonna lie, Hoodie, this is probably one of the weirdest ones I've ever been a part of. But hey, that wasn't a good thing though.
I don't think it was weirder than him and Hannah, though, huh? There's nothing weirder than him and Hannah talking on here,
No, Hannah was the worst.
So no, I forgot about that.
And I just want to real quick before
You guys are never gonna let me live that down, are you?
Wait, hold on, Rudy. What'd you say, Jerry?
Now I just want to address something real quick to everyone in the chat. Look, to all the entire Who That Nation on here, both male and female, we all love you. We all love you from start to finish. It's all love over here. We just have fun over here. We talk Saints football. We have ourselves a good time over here. And like I said before, laughter is just like medicine. Sometimes you just gotta laugh it off, whether you're having a good day or whether you're having a bad day. But hey, but at the end of the day, it's all love.
All right, I gotta say something. Oh, did y'all watch the Raging Cajun game?
You mean the Sun Belt Conference?
Yeah, do y'all watch it? Because we're a chance.
Yeah, the Raging Canes are the Sun Belt champions.
Uh-oh. They're the champs.
But
y'all think Saints can draft
but their head coach took a job at Florida.
I heard that.
I hate that.
Oh, come on.
Hey, ULL should at least be number 7 at the latest, at least,
Yep. But with that being said, everybody, we're about to end the podcast. Purple Marcus, what else you got, brother? Before we head out,
y'all think the Saints can draft Levi Lewis?
Who?
Levi Lewis, their quarterback.
Oh, their quarterback.
Yeah,
I doubt it. We don't need him. We got Jameis Winston coming back. You drafted Ian Brooks this past year with the 4th round. You still got Taysom Hill that they always gonna want to use around, and they probably most likely would keep Trevor too, probably as a 4th string, just to keep him on there, just in case anything something will come to worse.
Right.
I say
you think he can go to a team like in the 2nd or 3rd round?
Get rid of Simeon, bring back Bridgewater.
Hey, we would love to bring back Teddy Bridgewater, but I don't think that would happen. But I don't think it would happen though, because I don't see Teddy being a bench player.
Anything can happen.
Yep, but anything could happen. But with that being said, y'all, we're gonna end the podcast right here. Like I told everybody before, thank y'all all for coming on here. Thanks for everybody that was supporting the channel. I'll be in Tennessee. What's the one more thing?
Do you guys think that the Saints should get Philip Lindsay since he's in free agency?
Philip Lindsay? Maybe.
Just play with them.
Just hold your horse, them, Marcus.
We just gotta see.
Marcus throwing some good names out there for the Saints to pick up, man.
I mean, he's in free agency and he's been overlooked.
That's what I said before, man.
But yeah, you can throw out all the good names you want. If they don't, if they don't produce, it ain't worth
I
it.
love this dude,
He
man.
produces. He had 2,000-yard seasons before. Melvin Ingram came in and just stole half of his carries. The Broncos did not need another running back. He had 1,000-yard seasons, but they went out and got Melvin Gordon. Now he went to Texas. He didn't get enough carries.
What's up,
They had
King?
Ingram, then there was Johnson. So now
What's up,
he
John
needs to
Thompson?
actually get a team where he's going to get carries.
Yeah, man. Yeah, King.
He's been overlooked.
Marcus dropping gems on here, man. He dropping that knowledge over here. That young brother. That's what I said earlier, man. That's a young dude that can talk New Orleans Saints on here, man. I love this young brother, man.
1,000-yard season before Melvin Gordon comes in and still half his carries. Steals, not him. He stole them.
Hoodie, I can see it in the future, bruh. Young Purple Marcus, future Saints coach. I can see it. I can see it in the future. I can see it, bruh. What you think?
I can see him being a high school coach.
I can see it.
Hey, I can see it too. I can see it too. You know what I see?
I love cooking. I love two things I love:
I see
football and cooking. So
I see Hoodie Jube being the owner of the Saints one day, and then I hire Purple Marcus as my head coach of the Saints. I hire Mr. Jerry as the GM over here.
Maybe assistant coach.
GM over here.
Maybe
You know,
being the defensive coordinator.
You already got the coach and Rudy.
Coach Rudy. Coach Rudy can become one of the coaches. Which one you want to coach? You know, defense. You want to coach offense? Which you want to coach?
I could do either defense. I could probably do defense and special teams.
Defense, gotcha. Key Knapp, Key Knapp, we're probably going to bring him, even though he's a Dolphin, so we got to bring him in as a coaching staff for receiver or offensive coach. He
could be the wide receiver coach.
Y'all kicking outside?
Hey guys, I gotta get out of here because I got a dog that's keeping my parents awake, and I don't need that headache. Okay.
Gotcha. Who that to you, man? Catch you later.
Y'all getting rid of Dennis Allen and Sean Payton?
No, Sean Payton. Sean Payton's gonna be there still. Sean Payton will still be here with us. Sean Payton is gonna be the offensive coordinator. He won't be the head coach anymore. He's just gonna be the offensive coordinator.
That's wrong.
No, man, we just having fun, man.
Yeah, we're just messing around.
We just having fun, man. Like I said, laughter's like medicine. But I can see Aaron as the let me say because he a big guy. He like an offensive tackle. So I can see him as a like a lineman coach.
Y'all have to put me on the line.
I can see him being
the right tackles, the left guards, the center. I can see that.
And then see Big Q. I'll probably hire Big Q as my offensive lineman or defensive lineman coach, or I'll hire him there. And then TJ, stay the same podcast. If you watch my brother, you're gonna be hired as the commentary guy to call the games because you're freaking funny sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Him at commentary would be funny as heck.
TJ could drop some.
I'm playing D lineman.
Good with that commentary, man.
But you have to pay me $100 million a year to be D lineman.
You're the head coach.
No, not a coach, a player. A player got to pay me $100 million a year.
No, you're the head coach. You're the head coach, remember?
No.
You're the man now, bro.
Yeah, you're the man. You're the head coach. You're the head coach, man.
Someone on the defense line got to pay me $100 million a year.
To be a coach.
Sorry. Okay, you're gonna have to pay me $100 million a year. No, $500 million a year.
We're gonna work on that.
We ain't gonna have no coaching. We ain't gonna have no cash space. We ain't gonna have no play. We're just gonna have you as the coach.
They gonna have to be getting paid $500.
Goddamn, me as the owner and Mr. Jerry and everybody that's the coaches, we gotta play with us. We ain't gonna have no players.
No $500. No $500 a year.
Let's see. Who wants to play quarterback for us? We gotta find somebody that's athletic, that can throw the ball. Who can do that? Keen Knapp's already a receiver for us.
A 5-year-old.
He'll take that.
Me? I'll be a tight end. I'll be a tight end for y'all. I got the great hands. I can block. So tight end will be my position. But we need to find a running back or quarterback. Jerry, what you want to do? You want me on offense or the defense?
Well, much as I like either one, I mean, hey, I'll take offense.
Take
Only
offense.
y'all can. Okay, Hoodie.
I take the
Oh.
offense. Because
Hoodie.
Yeah.
Because that way I can get them boys lined up and on the right track. When we get ready to make a play, hey, I'll take the offense. Hell, you can put me in defense if you want me. Look, just do like college football. Just put both of me up in there. Offense and defense.
Hoodie.
Just
Y'all gonna have to pay
work
me.
your
Y'all
magic.
gonna have to pay me $1 billion a year. Y'all got to pay me $1 billion a year.
Good Lord, man.
Oh, we don't want you anymore. We don't want you anymore. Out of here. Get fired. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Hold on.
Get out of here. Hold on. You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you what you said? 1 billion? 1 billion? Hold on. Oh.
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the
That's my reaction. Hell no. And this is you. I take you off the. You see, I take you off the podcast. You out of here. Adios. Now you're back on. You want to take less money?
Hold on 1 second.
Oh,
No.
my God.
You guys, hold on.
Less money? Less money? Yes or no? Less money?
Hold on.
No. Oh, you're off the show. He didn't say less money. Less money. It's your final option. Will you take
Say
less
something
money?
first. You're not letting me talk. Now you're not letting me talk. What I have to say. Okay, so y'all get paid. Y'all get paid 10 cents. Y'all get paid 10. Hold on. Y'all get paid 10 cents a year.
It's the only way to get the price up.
He said 10 cents. You heard him? We get paid 10 cents a year.
Yeah.
Dang.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, Hoodie. Get him out of here. He's done. He's done with. We'll give him one last chance right here to lower his price and to give us, some money. So let's give him one last chance. One last chance.
All right, fine. I'll take 500 million.
He's out of here, coach. He's out of here. We're done for the night. We're done him for the night. So, Mr. Jerry, with all due respect, we're gonna have to find us another youngin that has, really good smart minds. We gotta fire Purple Marcus, everybody. With all due respect to the young man, he's asking for too much money. We won't even have enough money to even hire some players. So, with that being said, let's bring him back on here just to tell him, everybody, if y'all wanna tell him bye, goodbye to him. Give that man a good welcome. Send him a good message. Tell him goodbye.
Hold on, I'm gonna lower my price. Y'all have to pay me $5 trillion a second.
Yo, he's out of here. He's out of here for the night. So, with that being said, everybody, we're about to end the show because I was gonna end it a little while back, but we started playing around and talking about some other stuff. But we're about to end the podcast, and my boy Purple Marcus, man, we're about to end the podcast. So I'll see y'all all tomorrow. Thanks for everybody for being here. That's all we do is up in here talking, some Saints knowledge, and then we just joke around just to have a good time, to laugh, because like Mr. Jerry always says, it's always a good time. Just laughing, up in here just makes it more fun. But with that being said, everybody, I tell everybody, if y'all don't know, y'all will know. There's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube. And there's no better way to end the show than with the intro, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.